From the gun, it's Wentz. And he connects with Ertz. His first catch of this wild card game, and it's good for a first down.
Plenty of things to talk about here, partner, but to me, their defense gave up a touchdown on the first drive. How about how they're responding, coming back? That's a big third down pickup to keep their drive alive.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 12 more yards there and another first down.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and put the defense back on its heels.
Hang in there now. Hang in there now. Here we go. Here we go. 280.
And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
Luke Kuechly combines speed, intelligence, toughness, puts it all together. It makes plays like one we just saw there. He may not be a big-time blitzer, but, boy, he knows how to pursue straight ahead and make plays in the run game.
That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13. On 2nd down, here's Wentz. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38. Deshaun Hall in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8. Eagles coming up here on a 3rd and long, so Wentz and company with some work to do after the sack. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. They get 13, but it's not nearly enough, and it'll be 4th down.
This offense really put themselves in a tough spot on 1st and 2nd down and needing long yardage to try and pick up a first down, and they ended up getting a great run. Explosive, picked up nice yardage. You don't expect to be in this situation on 4th down, but guess what? It all started with what happened on 1st and 2nd down. Really put them behind the 8 ball.
So, yes, it's only 3, but at least they're able to answer back after giving up the touchdown to start the game.
Yeah, I like the observation there because getting some points on the board, very positive for them. Feel a little bit better about things because if you don't score, you potentially won't. The door for them to score again, and then you're down 14.
Here come the Panthers now, set to take over on offense. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined they are.
Ready? Like
Here's Newton now on 2nd down. Fighting, but he can't get away forever, and down he goes. Michael Bennett able to drop him for a loss of 4.
We said it before the game, and I think it's still apparent. If these guys are going to advance in these playoffs, they're going to have to wreak some havoc coming off the edge.
Yeah, wild card round. They told us the wild card could be that defensive pressure. They showed it there. Throwing on 3rd down, Newton. And he's got his target. That's Moore. is taken down deep in Philadelphia territory. A big third down play there for the Panthers. 51 yards. If there was one area that the coach emphasized in our pregame meeting, it was red zone offense.
In a sense, I got from it, and I think you did as well, they weren't real happy with how they were executing previously, so they put a lot of time and effort into it because getting points is paramount. Doesn't matter what you do otherwise, don't leave the red zone without putting points on the board.
On second down, it's Bell. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. So he loses 3 yards there. Now third down.
All right, quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers playing with their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between.
And he's got it. Touchdown, Panthers. DJ Moore from 19 yards away. And the Panthers are able to grow their lead. Well, there was a little extra pressure with that one because it was third down. He didn't care. He snagged it with one hand like it was routine.
The key is to make a play in a tough situation. Doesn't matter how, and in this case, one-handed gets it done. Terrific play for us to watch.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Now Philadelphia ready to get going on offense again. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. Ooh, moving from his tight end spot there.
Do you think that perhaps the play call was for him?
A false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15.
Hey.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. They fake the give. Now Wentz rolling to his right. Trying for the tight end. Ertz, and it's intercepted. It's Shaq Thompson here with a pick. And he will bring this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Panther touchdown. Gano for the extra point. Gano the extra point. And the lead is up to 18 now. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Eagles offense now, they head back on the field. And they gave up the pick 6. And now they'll be looking to right the ship here. Now, as a quarterback, are you a little more cautious this go around?
You should be, just because after what you gave up, but you can't be so cautious as to just really take things in, and now you're not going to play loose enough to give your team a chance to score. But you still have to be careful because those defensive guys, I know the reputation defense guys can't catch. All evidence to the contrary on that last possession, though.
Now a nice play defensively on first down as this is knocked away and incomplete. That right there, a good preview of the matchup we intend to watch closely here in this wildcard game.
And it's going to go throughout the game, but let's face it, you just mentioned it, wildcard. We're just starting the playoffs. If you didn't run your number one guy on their number one guy throughout the season, you do it now. The playoffs have begun, best on best.
Here we go. 120.
Now flags come in here. Looked like one of the Eagles might have moved. So after the penalty, heading in the wrong direction, 2nd and 15.
Here we go. 180.
Working from the gun, Wentz. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. So a jump there defensively.
And it's a killer. Watch the football. Don't move across the line of scrimmage until the ball moves.
And the penalty helps, but not a whole lot. It's still 3rd and long. Shotgun now for Wentz. Looking deep for his tight end. And got his man complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Back live with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's the Eagles with the ball here to begin quarter number 2. And they're on the move here. They've got it 1st and 10. So the big play gets them across midfield now for 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Wentz to throw on 2nd down. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Bowers. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Wentz now on 1st down. Gonna look deep for Jeffrey. So they took a shot on 1st down but couldn't connect.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up 2nd and 10. And on the ground they go with a running back. And he will cross the 30 down to the 29-yard line. The tackle made by Deshaun Hall.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the 2nd half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the 1st half. Maybe not so much in the 2nd half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
The Eagles on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Now Wentz. He's got his man on the crossing route. His first catch of this wild card game, and it's good for a first down. And now the passing game here in the second quarter starting to heat up a little bit.
Don't you feel the rhythm starting to happen, right? You see it now. The confidence is starting to rise. I think now as a play caller, because that has happened, you lean on it a little bit more. You don't go totally away from running the football, but you do say, guess what? We can throw it. We can throw it well with a whole lot of confidence.
A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
So a 1st and 5 now after the 5-yard penalty from the neutral zone infraction. Now Wentz. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Bowers. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. It's another 10 yards on that one and another first down. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. Give him 3 on the gain there. 2nd and goal.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. They'll give it to him up the middle. And he's in for an Eagles touchdown. It's the fullback taking it in. And the Eagles make some inroads here on that deficit. And that's why you have the fullback, Charles. Couldn't get it into play before with a smaller guy. Turned to a little more power. They score it.
And now it has to warm the hearts of a lot of old school football fans. They love when they get to see a little bit of power football.
Elliott now to kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here are the Panthers now as their offense comes back out onto the field. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
Now Newton. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. Call it a gain of 3, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here, and what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
On the counter, here's Bell. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs. We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the second level because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the second level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
And they'll keep it on the ground with Bell. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Out of the gun, Newton. Flush to his right. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Mike Bennett in there to make the sack. He buries him for a loss of 10.
Well, many times when you talk about mobile quarterbacks, you get the sense that they feel like they can get out of any bad situation. They keep moving around and trying to emulate guys like the Scrambler or the Dodger. Instead, they keep losing yardage and digging themselves a hole that they can't get out of.
Now this one from about 2 counties over after the sack. They come up on a 2nd and very long. Now it's Newton. He's got a man on the crossing route. That's more. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down. Third and long. It's Newton. Gets this one to Le'Veon Bell. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. They get 13, but it's not nearly enough. And it'll be fourth down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. Taken in at the 11. That'll be a 44-yard punt. The return goes for 8. And the Eagles will have it, taking over first and 10. Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
Wentz and the Eagles now with a first and 10 at their own 19-yard line. And they'll go with a ground attack here. And an alley to run. He's got a convoy, and he might be gone. The 20. And he just falls short down at the 1-yard line. So a pause here for us as well. Time to pay some bills. Back with more NFC playoff action after this. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he's in. Touchdown, Eagles. A great play there. Taking it in from a yard out. And the Eagles have cut it back within a score. Elliott good on the extra point, and it's now 21-17. Elliott now to kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Carolina offense as they get ready to take over here. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage.
Leverage.
Big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
On 2nd down, here's Newton. This one complete to Curtis Samuel. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down. Newton will bring him up 1st and 10. And he's a perfect 6 for 6 here to start the ball game. The shotgun snap for Newton. Step, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Derek Barnett able to get in there and take him down for a loss of 3.
Come on now.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. From the gun, here's Newton. Being chased out left. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. So 2 first downs, and that moves the ball to the 42 now, 1st and 10. Now a first down carry by Bell. And they went the wrong way there, losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. Newton to throw. This one complete to Devin Funchess. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. On 1st and 10, Newton. And down inside the 15 he goes. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. And Gano's kick is right through. So we come upon halftime here in this NFC Wildcard matchup. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Out come the Eagles now as they'll go on offense first here in the third quarter. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down.
He's got a man complete. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. That one goes for 36 yards. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10.
Hey. Go. 280.
On 1st and 10, here's Wentz. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line.
What partner they went empty set there. No backs in the backfield. All receivers out in the pattern. And in this situation, you know what the quarterback has to do? Act as his own blitz control.
Yeah, he's got nobody else there to protect
him. No one else there to protect, which means he's got to get rid of the football and absorb the hit, but not go down and fumble the ball.
So Newton and the Panthers come up now 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 48. Following the fumble recovery, Newton, a screen to Bell. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. The loss of 3 on that first down pass play, now 2nd and 13.
Let's rock now.
They'll run it now out of the gun. 12 yards is the pickup there, and that'll make it 3rd and 1.
Look, the first down marker is out there, but sometimes it's hard to find for an offense when they're in a long yardage situation, which usually means throw the football. In this case, they went against the tendency and ran it, and boy, the reward was there. A big pickup, and guess what? It's now 3rd and very short in order to try and pick up a first down.
And he will have a first down here at about the 40. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
Come on. Expand.
On first down, it's Newton. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. On 2nd and 10, Newton. Going back to Moore. This time he's got him complete. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. He's now just 3 yards shy of 197 yards receiving on the contest and a first down. They'll go back to the ground with Bell. And he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
20.
To throw on 2nd down is Newton. His throw caught right around the 6. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. And a nice gain at 21 yards.
To win any route, you've got to break down the defender, and that's exactly what happened here on this really nicely executed curl route.
They come out here in the eye. And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. So they got him coming up from his linebacker spot.
And sometimes the position designation really doesn't matter. If you creep up to the line of scrimmage, you just have to look for the football. Make sure it moves before you do.
They'll try and run it in with Bell. And he takes it into the end zone for a Panthers touchdown. Le'Veon Bell, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Panthers add on to their lead. Gano out to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And out now come the Eagles. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though, because you're exactly right.
You like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
120.
On 2nd down, here's Wentz. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Wentz going to try and throw on 3rd. He's got a man. It's his fullback. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs. On first down, Wentz. He finds Aguilar over the middle. He had a great move, but he'll still be stopped shy of midfield. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-armed guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
Gonna look deep for Jeffrey. It's caught inside the 25. Give him 30 yards there.
You know I'm going to lean towards the defender, right? You know I'm going to do that.
I know.
That's a tough situation for him as I see it. But the truth of the matter is, that ball was not streaking towards him. Had a little arc on it. He's got to find a way to get his head around and make a play on the football.
So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. Open space inside the 10. And down to the 7-yard line. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get them. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the first down on that run. Don't just ask for him. Show him that you're supposed to get the football.
Wentz. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off inside the 10. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
As much football as we watch, we've seen this work many times. In the red zone, first down, take a shot at the end zone, and points result. In this case, though, give credit to the defense. They outguessed them, were prepared, and intercepted the pass.
And not much there at all as he'll get this only up to about the 11. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker, and what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Check 26, check 26. Gun.
Now it's Newton here off the bootleg. This is Bell on the dump off. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with the football.
Without a doubt.
Cam fighting. He lost the football. It's out. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. Here's Newton now on 2nd down. And that would not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time has now run out on this third quarter of play. The Panthers on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 15. Operating from the gun, Newton. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. Here comes Eagle offense now as they get set to take over here. And the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound.
I just have to think the last thing he said as they went back out there was, don't do that again. What do you think?
What do you think?
Yeah, I think that. I think that not only did he say that, but he also told him, let's put it in the end zone that it's supposed to be in, all right? The end zone we're trying to score. I know we're being a little bit facetious here, but the bottom line is take care of the football, and everything else should flow from there.
Quick lesson, never ask the play-by-play guy a question.
Hey, you're my partner. I know you're right there with me.
That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. On play action, Wentz. And he's going to be wrapped up and driven down. Deshaun Hall in there to get him his 2nd sack now of the afternoon.
Remember, throughout my career here in defensive coaches always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. Well, they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed. On 3rd and long, it's Wentz. He's going to look deep down the field, and that's caught inside the 35. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. That goes as a gain of 36 on 3rd down. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Throwing on first is Wentz. It's caught by Aguilar. An agile move and a nice gain, then dropped at the 25-yard line. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Wentz to throw on second down. Throw left side complete. It's Bowers. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Into the red zone. Wentz. His throw caught right around the 6. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. It's a really nice 15-yard pickup, and now it's 1st and goal. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They come up in an offset eye. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line, 2nd and goal. He'll get it up the middle. And he's in for an Eagles touchdown. A great effort there with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Eagles are back within a score. Elliott good with a PAT. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. Elliott now to kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And the Panthers coming out now. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a 1-score game. And you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets first downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure that you're careful with it. And again, get those first downs, keep possession of the football.
Newton now, a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. Here's Newton. Over the middle and into the hands of his receiver Moore. Touchdown, Carolina. DJ Moore, 46 yards. And the Panthers add on to their lead. Extra point try good by Gano. And the lead now up to 14. Gano out to kick this one away. This is taken at the 3. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Wentz now on 1st down. Looking deep for his tight end Ertz. And that's caught inside the 30. And he's going to get this deep on a Carolina side of the field. A big play there for Philly. 63 yards. Well, that didn't take long. One play, and we're already looking at a 1st and goal situation. Throwing is Wentz. This is taken Taken in by Jeffrey. He's got it. Touchdown, Eagles. Alshon Jeffrey, a 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Eagles have cut it back within a score. Elliott good on the extra point. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. Elliott now to kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Panthers offense here, they get ready to head back on the field. Right now clinging to a one-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. But you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays that are going to gain yardage, how would you say it, consistently, right? You don't need the big shots downfield, but make sure the clock continues to run. Pile up the first downs. And the goal, end the game with your quarterback kneeling down at the end, and you still have the lead.
16 yards right off the bat and a first down. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. They go play action here on first down. And this one complete right side to Funchess. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. They'll run it now out of the gun. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Time for a break. We'll come back, see what transpires after this. Again, it's Bell. Solid running on the carry, but still brought down just inside the 40. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. Now this is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. They'll try and run for it with Bell. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. Now the Eagles will use the 2nd of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
Let's rock now.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And not much running room. Down to the 32. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here, as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8. They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Give him 6 on the play, and that'll bring up a 3rd down.
I like a guy who understands the situation. I also like a guy who you look at him and you say, That looks like a guy who knows the coach is going to say, guess what? You drop this one, you'll be carrying around the training facility for an entire week.
Maybe flashback to high school or college, carrying it around campus, right?
The old gauntlet drill, right? Anyone get the ball out while he's sitting in class and bring it back to the coach? He's in big trouble.
Not ideal there. That delay of game backs them up 5 yards, so now they need 7 yards on third down. Newton. And this is caught. He hits more. And they move this all the way down to the 9. A big pickup there, and without question, that should be more than enough to wrap this one up. It's 1st and goal, and a late touchdown at this stage could officially salt this one away. And the play clock is going to run out here. They're in no hurry to get a play off. He didn't seem in a rush. I guess they just didn't know where the play clock was.
I think you're right about that because there was no hurried movements there, right? No up-tempo at all. Clock just ran out. I think he was as surprised as maybe his bench was.
They go down to a knee, and that will do it. They are moving on here in the playoffs. He said they were poised to make a deep run in the playoffs this season, and it's off to a terrific start with a win here.
And once you get to the second round of the playoffs, your goals have been met in a big way, and now you can start to think even bigger.
That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter @EA Madden NFL.